Good morning, Hank. It's Question Tuesday, the day that I answer real questions from real nerd fighters. What's your favorite band? I don't know, probably Rubber. Oh, wait, you mean like musical band. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Mountain Goats are so jokes. Favorite Vonnegut novel? Mother Night. Favorite Toni Morrison book? Song of Solomon. How does Steinbeck's Indubious Battle relate to the average teenager's life? Well, I guess it doesn't in any literal way, but I don't agree with the notion that you have to be able to directly identify with characters in order to enjoy a book. But what Indubious Battle is really about is group psychology, which is certainly important to teenagers, and it's also about the relationship between the machine and its cogs, which is something that you're just figuring out when you're a teenager. I mean, not to sound like a cranky old man, but I think we have to get past the idea that art is something that's supposed to be merely pleasurable. Edward or Jacob? Here's the thing about Edward Cullen, and by the way, I'm getting ready for thousands of teen girls to throw rocks at me. Edward is a very beautiful but very empty vessel into which we can stuff all our hopes and aspirations. And believe me, I understand that people who are primarily ideas are a lot more attractive than people who are primarily people. But I have to say that in my experience, being in love with a person who's mostly an idea is not really a sustainable situation. All of which is to say, and nerd fighters, please forgive me, Jacob. What's the key to becoming a popular video blogger on YouTube? YouTube just released this really interesting feature that allows you to see the demographics of your channel. And one of the things that we learned when we looked at the demographics is that nerd fighters are extremely loyal. I think the reason for this is that nerd fighting isn't something that you watch us do, it's something that we all do together. The other thing that we learned is that out of our 296 videos, 294 of them have been watched by more women than men. The two exceptions both feature giraffe sex as the center screenshot. Really? Men of YouTube? You are freaking me out. Please explain to me in comments what it is that fascinates you about giraffes who love giraffes. So yeah, if you want to become marginally popular on YouTube and help create a community that you feel really strongly about that's composed entirely of awesome, then building a truly collaborative community is the way to go. If you want boys to watch you, I suppose the solution is giraffe sex. What would you like your last words to be? I've always felt that romantic last words are almost without exception really lame. Like the only exception I can think of is W.C. Fields, whose last words were gosh darn the whole freaking world and everyone in it but you, Carlotta. Except he didn't say gosh darn and he didn't say freaking. But even those aren't that romantic when you consider the fact that Carlotta wasn't his wife, she was his mistress. All that said, if I had the chance to say one last thing, I'd probably tell the Yeti I love her. How long have you and the Yeti been married? 2 years today. By the way, Hank and Catherine, thanks for the sustainably farmed and beautiful flowers. Have you ever been really jealous of Hank? No, I mean, sure, he has 8 of our 9 most viewed videos, but I don't take that personally. I mean, that's not a reflection on me. That's just a reflection on how great Hank is. By the way, who the F is Hank? Hank is a tiny yellow songbird said to represent the soul of France. Hank has an important but as yet undetermined role in the Omnictionary Project. If you could choose between getting $1 million and going back in time and punching Hitler in the face, what would you choose? Alright, first I would take the time machine, I would go back in time, I would kidnap evil baby Hitler, and I would put him in the evil baby orphanage in Tibet. Then I'd do the same thing with evil baby Stalin, evil baby Idi Amin, evil baby Vlad the Impaler, evil baby Lady Elizabeth Bathory, evil baby Queen Ranavalona I. Then once we had a really solid class at the evil baby orphanage, I would sell the time machine and I'd get like $30 million and I'd be able to fund the evil baby orphanage, plus I'd be rich. But wait a second, what if the guy I sold the time machine to went back in time to the moment I created the time machine before I got all the evil babies, and he killed me and stole the time machine? I mean, then we'd have a Schrodinger's cat situation. I would be both alive and dead, and evil baby Hitler would live both in 19th century Austria and in 21st century Tibet. Oh my god, that's our premise. Hank, I think the relationship between history and the evil baby orphanage may have finally been solved. The reason we need the evil baby orphanage is because the second incarnation of baby Hitler is still in the world and could still wreak havoc even though the first incarnation of evil baby Hitler also existed. Great Scott, we've got it! Nerdfighter's still one Question Tuesday to go this week, and remember I'm giving away a copy of Paper Towns every single day to a random commenter, so please leave your questions in comments. Hank, you'll see me tomorrow.